Hi everybody. So I'm gonna do like I usually do, talk about what this video is gonna be about, and then do the little intro, and then or the little music and stuff. So I thought today, instead of doing, I haven't really been in the mood to do wrap up, so instead of doing an actual official wrap up, I'm going to talk about books I'm currently in the middle of, and then mention some of the books I read last month, and I'll talk about some of the books I read this month, and I only finished one book, but I'll tell you some of the books, like I said, that I'm in the middle of, and what I'm thinking about them so far, and stuff like that, just in case I don't do a wrap-up again in October, then at least you'll have some idea of what I was feeling about the books. So, yeah, I'm not going to, go into, how many pages I read or anything like that. I'm just going to, I'll tell you how many books I read, but I'm not going to count how many pages or what they, how many were 5 stars or 6 stars. Well, I don't think any of these were 6 stars. But anyways, you know what I mean. I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I thought about them, but I might not, pick every single book out. So some of them I'll just say, okay, I read this book, but I'm not going to tell you, this is what I thought about it. But certain books I will. But yeah, so that's how I'm going to do this. Let me know if you guys prefer it this way, or if you guys want me to do wrap-up, and maybe in November I'll do a wrap-up, but I just don't really feel like doing a wrap-up right now, so we're just going to do it this way. And I will say what I read last month, even though I don't remember what the books were, but I just know that I read what I read last month, how many books. But I'll go into that when we start the video. So I'll be back. Hi everybody, I am back. Okay, so like I was saying, it's going to be like a wrap-up, some books I'm currently reading, wrap up from last month, kind of. I'm just not going to talk in depth about these, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to tell you how many were 5s and how many were 6s, or if any were 6, things like that. I'm not going to tell you the page count. So yeah, I will tell you what the rating is, I'm just not going to count how many are 5 and how many are 4. So in August, I'm not going to talk about those, but in August I read 10 books, and I read 9 books, well, 10. I don't know what I did with the poetry one, though, because I read, I found it, okay, because I read, I'll show you this first. So I read my friend Brendan, from Brendan Reads. I read his self-published poetry collection called Nightmares and Daydreams, a collection of poems. I'm not sure how to rate these, so I'm not going to rate it, but I thought they were very interesting. A lot of them were very, very dark. Most of the poems were dark, but they were very interesting. Very, very interesting. I just really thought it was really good. From what I read and what I know about poetry, I thought it was good. But like I said, I don't know a whole lot about poetry. But I loved the dedication in here about his dad, because his dad just recently passed away, I believe. And, oh gosh. Yeah, it's just, it was making me tear up when I was reading the dedication to his dad. So, yes, very beautiful. And I just thought it was very, very dark, though. Very, very dark. But as you can tell, Nightmares and Daydreams, it's going to be dark. But I thought, I don't know really what to say, because like I said, I'm not good at, I don't read a lot of poetry. I'm just not a huge poetry person. But the stuff that I was reading, it was giving me chills. And yeah, I just thought it was, and I thought some of them were just cute. Not the dark ones, of course. But yeah. But I love right here where it says, we all know there are 2 sides to every story, the dark and the light. there he is. There's his different medias. And of course, yeah, I just thought it was really, really good. So go check that out. I know, I forget her channel's name. Dogs distracted me too. Sorry. But I can't remember right now. I can't remember. But Luna. I can't remember her channel's name. If I remember it, I'll let you guys know. But I know for her book club pick for this month, she is doing his story, his poetry thing. So yeah. I am currently in my rereads of an Ember and the Ashes Quartet. Before the last one comes out, as you guys know, if you guys been on my channel for a while, you know I read the first 2 books, and I started but never finished the 3rd one because I decided to wait. Of course, I love this just as much as the first time, 5 stars. Yeah, it's just such a beautiful, I shouldn't say beautiful. It's a very brutal world, though. I don't know why I'm saying beautiful world. I meant to say brutal. It's a very, very brutal world. So be prepared if you haven't read this series that it's very brutal. But Ellis and Laya, and she's trying to find her brother, and she has to pretend like she's a slave. Because that's the only way that, whatever they're called, the resistance or whatever it is called. I don't know what they call them, but that's the only way they'll help her find her brother, is by her to be a spy. And she has to go into this very brutal world. And Ellis lives in that brutal world, and he's trying to escape, but he can't, of course. And it's just really like, wow, like brutal, because him and this girl, his friend Helena, have to like do certain battles and stuff, and only one of them can be like the main person, and the other one has to like be their right-hand man, you know, do everything for them. Like if they say, go kill this person, then you have to go kill the person. And there's 4 people competing, and the other 2 will die. So yeah. I know I'm totally like not doing a good description on that. Another book I read, because another book comes out this month, is Nevermore, The Trials of Morgan Crow. This is a reread. This was really good. Just as good as the last time. I think I gave it 5 stars both times. Yeah, 5 stars both times. So, and she is supposedly cursed, and she's supposed to die when she's 11, and things happen, and this guy, Jupiter North, comes in, and he sweeps her away before she can die. Yeah. And then one of the sad books, and very, very deep book, is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. I kept changing my ratings for this book. At first, I was going to give it a 4, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to give it a 4 because I'm having a hard time with it. Like, the subject matter is kind of hard for me because I'm going through something like this with my niece, where she's married, and she's in a relationship that's not healthy and stuff, where he's abusive, and he's like, you know, trying to keep her away from her family and stuff like that, and trying to like turn her against us and things like that. So, but that doesn't make me like have the right to like take that out on because the author is so, you know, the subject matter in that regard is so close to what's going on. So, but I thought it was beautifully written, and it really makes you think about why people stay in abusive relationships, and what can happen if they don't get out, and how the other partner, like, the abusive person is the one that controls them and stuff like that, and how they control them, what they make them think, and that's the reason why they stay in the relationship. And this is also a mystery, because you're a murder mystery, because the abuser, he gets killed, and she's the suspect. And you got to find out if she did it, if she didn't do it, who did it. And you're also, like I said, learning about all that she's gone through because of this abusive man, and and how it affects her family as well, because it does go into that as well, how the family is affected. So very, very good book. So I wound up giving it 5 stars, because I was like, nope, I'm not going to like take this away from the author. It deserved a 5-star rated, even if it was a little too tough for me. Another really good one was The Night Swim by Megan Golden. Did I give this one 6, or did I gave it 5? I didn't give any 6 stars last month, or the month before. But this one was really good. This is probably like one of my favorite mystery so far, thriller, whatever you want to say. This is about, and has a podcast element in it. Oh, the podcast is so neat. I want to reread it one time and listen to the audio, because I do have the audio, but I just kept getting in and out because I wanted to tab it. And yeah, so it was getting me out of the audio. So I'm going to go back, even though it won't have the same impact. But I think it'll be interesting to go back and listen to all the podcasts and stuff like that, the whole book, because I was liking the audio of it, but I just was too immersed in here, and I wanted to annotate and stuff like that. So yeah, but in this book, this lady, she's investigating this, or we're not investigating, she's covering a rape trial that's going on. And there's a side plot, there's another plot going that's in here as well, where she keeps getting notes from this girl, and she's saying that her sister that her sister died, and the cops were saying that she drowned, and she believes it was murder, and she keeps leaving like notes and stuff. And like I said, the main character is like covering a podcast for the trial, and you find out, and it's you got to find out like how everything's combined, the past and the present. And did the guy rape her, or was he innocent? And stuff like that. But the podcast, oh my gosh, it was so good. The podcast was awesome. Definitely a really good book. I did a reread of Crown of Midnight. Liked it better than the first time around. That's all I'm going to say about that. This month, I finished up the last 2 books in the trilogy by Nora Roberts called The Chronics of the One. I think did I give both of them 5 stars? Or 4 stars? I'm trying to remember. I think I gave them 4 stars. I'll tell you. I'm not going to really tell you what this is about. I gave this one a 4.5. I think this one is the second. Yeah, this is the second one. I gave 4.5. And then I believe I gave this a 4.5 as well. If I wrote it down, because I don't write them down all the time. Sometimes I forget. Yeah, I forgot to write it down, I believe. But I think I gave this the same thing, a 4.5. The first one I gave a 5, which is called, I always forget what the first one's called. Year one, yeah. And this is just like, this guy on accident started the end of the world, basically. And like everybody was dying, and the people that don't die get supernatural powers, and some of them are using the power for good, and others are using the power for bad. And we have, I always forget the main characters, the girl's name. We have, gosh, I hate when I can't remember names. Like, I'm so bad at remembering names, you guys. So, so bad. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find her name because I suck. I think her name's Fallon, but I could be wrong. I can't find it. But anyway, she's, in the first book, we follow her mom and a whole bunch of other people before, of course, she's born. And how everything starts. Like, what happened that caused all these people to start dying. And it just sets everything up, like, and I really love that one. I gave that one a 5-star, the first one. These two I liked, but I really liked the characters, the main characters from the first book a lot more. I just, like, really, like, fell into it. Like, I just loved it, you guys. The first one so much. And this one, like I said, I still really liked it. And I liked that, how it ended and everything. I thought it was very interesting how it ended. Or really good how it ended. I wish there would have been more of a battle at the end. That's all I got to say about that. And then, of course, I also read her, Nora Roberts, as her alter ego, J.D. Robb. Or Robe. I read Shadows and Death, her newest one. I think I gave this a 4 point. I gave it a 5, but it was more like a 4.5. I really liked it. There was a couple of things I didn't like. Like, there's a scene, it's going to be spoilers, so if you ever plan on reading this book, then you might want to skip ahead until I put this one down. But, there's a scene, like, where, towards the end, the bad guy and Rorik, which is Eve's husband, are, like, fighting. They let him fight the guy. The guy's bad and everything, but still, the cops are all there, and they just let Rorik and the bad guy fight. Actually, they're, like, in, like, I think a ring or something. I don't know exactly what it is, but they actually let them fight and didn't, didn't stop them and stuff. Like, cops standing around like that, no. But I think it shows, like, how the world is. I mean, like, how things are going with the cops and things like that. I don't know if that's why it was put in there, to show that about, I'm not good at explaining it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like how cops are more times than not get away with stuff that they shouldn't get away with. Like the corruption in the police and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know if that's what she meant by that, why she put that in there, but yeah. And I also read Set Fire to the Gods, which I gave 4 stars. Oh my gosh, this was really good. I think I would have gave it a 5, but it took me a while to get invested in the girl. I forget her name. Ash. It took me a while to get invested in her. But Maddox, oh my god, I loved him from the beginning to the end. But it took me like half of the book before I really started liking her. I think if I would have liked her more, and I don't know, there was just something else that was keeping it from being a 5-star. But I really liked what was going on, and I liked the ending, and it set it up where I want the next book right now. But of course I gotta wait until probably next year, I guess. I don't know when. But yeah. It was really good because they fight in a ring and stuff like that, and it has gods in it, and it's just very interesting. I don't want to go too much into it, but it was really good. Now, some books I'm currently reading. I am reading Vampires Never Get Old, Tales with a Fresh Bite. So far, it's like a 3.5 star. I gave the first, I think I read 3 so far. Yeah. I gave the first one a 3.5, I believe, the second one a 4, and then the third one a 3.5. And it's just different short stories about vampires and slayers and all that kind of stuff. But I like that, like in one of the stories we get a vampire slayer, and she's plus size, and yeah. So I like that we get that rep in there, showing that not all vampire slayers are skinny, real thin. I just like that one, so that we get that in there. So yeah, there's not really much else to talk about in that. Also reading Where Dreams Descend by Janelle Angelis. This is really getting good. Like the first few, like the first 40, 50 pages. No, I'm not even that far. Yeah, the first like 40 pages, 45 pages, I guess it was kind of boring at first. But once something happens and after we get through Act 1, it gets really good. Starting with Act 2, it's like really starting to draw me in. Very much drawing me in. I like, we have this guy named DeMarco, I think, something like that. We just basically started to learn about him, but I'm already liking him. I'll talk about this in my reading vlog that will be up. Some people said that, that D'Angelo, how do you say his name? DeMarco, that's it. That he, like, is the, my gosh, now I forgot his name. Zac Efron from, oh my gosh, I talk about it in my book, and now in my vlog, and I can't remember the name of the movie now. But the one with Zac Efron and Hugh Jackman, The Greatest Showman, that's it. They said that he's like the guy from the the one guy from there. I don't remember his name. Zac Efron's character. So yeah, and now whenever I read it, I just picture Zac Efron. I cannot pronounce his last name right, but yeah, it's really good. It's a circus book. It's got a lot of illusions and stuff. There's this guy named Jack who I'm trying to figure out still. And then we got the main girl, which I can't remember her name. You can't find it. Oh, I hate that when I can't find it. Oh, I can't remember her name. Oh, Calla? Yeah, I don't know how you say it. We got her. She's very interesting. I like her a lot. I don't want to say too much, but yeah. And then we got this guy that she meets, and I love their friendship. I hope that's all it is friendship and nothing more. I hope there's not like no love triangle. Deadly Education, you guys. Deadly Education. Yeah. I don't want to say too much because I'm doing a reading vlog for this, and it's my club pick. Mine and Brendan's for this month. So I'll talk about it next month more in detail. And when the vlog goes up, more in detail. But so far, that's all I gotta say. Just by my face, you can tell. And the book that I finished, I'm reading other books, but we're not going to talk about all of them. We'll be here all day. Book I finished, and it's definitely a 6-star, and it's going to be probably a favorite of the year. I mean, it's going to be a favorite of the year. Sky Hunter by Mary Lou. My gosh, I got all these names going through my head. Me and Drew, buddy, read this, and he finished it a little bit before me, and both of us freaking loved this. This book, from beginning to end, it was full of awesomeness. Oh my gosh. You were like not wanting to put the book down because one chapter or the other, it was just drawing you in, and it just would not let me go. I just wanted to keep reading. Like, who is this Sky Hunter? I will say that it should be hard to figure out, but it's still, why is this Sky Hunter person so popular? I mean, so wanted. Why is it, why? I don't really want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it, but this book, that ending, like, I want the next book now, you guys. These characters, I love their romance. Like, there wasn't really a lot of romance, but you could tell that they like each other. I liked that it played that way, where we didn't get them, like, really, like, oh my God, I love you and everything. But I liked how, like, they communicated with one another. I just love, like, how when they first met till towards the end, and that ended, like I said, I needed the other book as soon as possible for I could know what freaking happens after that ending. Because, oh my gosh. Okay. Like I said, I have other books I'm in the middle of, but we're not going to do that because we'll be here all day. But those are the 10 books I read last month. What I thought about most of them, and some of the books I'm currently reading, and the book I finished. And I would say out of the ones I read last month, my favorite, like I said, was definitely The Night Swim from last month. And then, don't know. An Emperor of the Ashes is a reread. Crown of Midnight is a reread, so I'm not gonna put those in the category. Probably Nevermore, because that was so fun. And I love the characters in there. Yeah, so I'd say Nevermore. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Let me know if you guys like it this way. If you want me to start doing wrap-ups again. But yeah, I'm going to let you guys go. And I hope you guys all have a great day. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please think about subscribing. And hit that beautiful bell icon so you'll know whenever a video like this is up for your viewing pleasure. I love you guys so much as a friend. Have a great day, and I will talk to you in the next one. Lori out.